Have you ever found yourself carrying an entire relationship on your back while he just sits there like you're the only one reading the same book, except he skipped half the chapters? That heavy feeling in your chest isn't paranoia. It's your intuition screaming what your heart refuses to accept. Relationship psychology has spent decades mapping exactly this dynamic, what experts now call situational involvement versus genuine attachment. And the data is uncomfortable but liberating. When someone is merely filling time until something better shows up, their behavior leaves distinct breadcrumbs, not subtle hints. Actual, measurable patterns today we're breaking down. 5 unmistakable red flags that he's keeping you as a placeholder, not a partner. Once you learn to spot the difference between convenience and commitment, you'll never settle for crumbs again. Red flag number 1, he ghosts your milestones. Watch how he reacts when your life moves forward. Got a promotion, family event coming up, an anniversary approaching. A man who views you as temporary will physically or emotionally withdraw. During moments that signify growth or longevity, he'll suddenly get busy right before you introduce him to parents. He'll change the subject aggressively when weddings come up, even other people's weddings. Attachment theory research from the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships identifies this as avoidant deactivation. His system literally shuts down intimacy when the relationship feels like it's becoming real or permanent, because permanence feels like a cage to someone who isn't invested. Notice the pattern: excitement for you equals discomfort for him. A committed man doesn't flinch at your graduation photos, he frames them. Red flag number 2, his emotional bandwidth is rationed. This looks like inconsistency dressed up as being chill. He's fully present, texting back instantly, planning adventures for about 3 days. Then he vanishes into his cave for a week, offering vague excuses about stress or needing space. But here's where the psychology gets interesting. Studies on intermittent reinforcement show that this sporadic attention creates an addictive cycle in the brain similar to gambling. You stay hooked, waiting for the next win, but real stability isn't a slot machine. It's boring, it's predictable. It's Tuesday night dinner without the drama of whether hell actually show up. If you're doing mental gymnastics to explain why his warmth has an expiration date, you're already explaining away the exit. Red flag number 3, selective amnesia about your inner world. Pay attention to what slips his mind and what doesn't. He remembers the score of a game he watched 6 months ago, but somehow forgets that you're terrified of heights after you told him twice. He can recite specs for a car he wants, but blanks on your job title when introducing you to friends. This isn't absent-mindedness. Cognitive psychology calls it motivated forgetting or lack of encoding depth. Our brains prioritize information we deem valuable for survival or social bonding. If your fears, dreams, and daily details aren't sticking, it's because he's not mentally filing them under important people. Love acts like glue for memory, indifference acts like an eraser. And if your existence keeps getting wiped from his hard drive, while sports stats remain pristine, you're looking at storage priorities, not memory problems. Red flag number 4, digital fortresses and privacy walls. Notice the phone posture. Does it flip face down the moment you enter the room? Are notifications silenced or hidden? Does he take calls outside in freezing weather rather than sit near you? A 2024 study on digital infidelity markers found that excessive device guarding correlates with lower relationship satisfaction scores across cultures, not necessarily because cheating is happening, but because transparency creates anxiety for someone maintaining options. Secrecy is the architecture of singlehood within a relationship. Someone building a future with you shares their screen casually because they have nothing to architecturally protect. If his phone requires a security clearance higher, then your presence in his life deserves trust the wall. It's keeping you out for a reason. Red flag number 5, transactional tenderness. Is cold for weeks, then suddenly becomes romantic poet laureate, but only after you threaten to leave or when he needs something tangible. Money a ride. ego stroking after a bad day. This is instrumental affection, and it's the clearest marker of time-passing behavior. Research published last year on commodified relationships showed that partners who deploy affection strategically rather than spontaneously view love as currency to exchange, not a bond to nurture. Real care shows up when you have nothing to offer, when you're sick, broke, or simply inconvenient. If his kindness comes with invisible terms and conditions, you're not his partner, you're a utility. And utilities get replaced when they stop functioning. Here's the bottom line that nobody likes hearing. Confusion is often clarity in disguise. If you're constantly confused about where you stand, you're standing on ground. He never planned to build on these patterns. Don't improve with patience. They reveal themselves more boldly over time. You deserve emotional safety that doesn't require investigation, consistency that doesn't require negotiation, presence that doesn't require performance. Recognizing this early isn't cynicism, it's self-respect. Drop your own stories in the comments if any of these hit home, and hit subscribe, because understanding human behavior is the ultimate shield against wasting time on people who view your heart as a waiting room.